Yeah, absolutely. This news has just come literally in the last few seconds or so. Let me just ask Sung Han just to zoom in here. These are the People Power Party, the ruling party members coming out from the Assembly chamber. It has to be said, looking very somber, very somber mood with the ruling party having just taken this decision basically to vote their president out of office, to vote for the impeachment of their president. They are just streaming out now. The vote has just been counted. It has been going on for the past hour or so. There was, on this special session, just one motion, and that was the impeachment of President Yoon Suk Yeol. The People Power Party, who are crucial to whether this motion would pass or not. You remember last week they boycotted this motion. It derailed the bid to impeach the president. This time around, they took the decision that members should vote inside the chamber, and there was speculation that a few of the ruling party members would break ranks, had already broken ranks, wanted the impeachment of President Yoon. It was numbered at around 7 or so. It was calculated that they needed around 8 lawmakers to break ranks to vote with the opposition. The numbers have just come through that the opposition needed 200 of the 300 members in the chamber to vote in favor of impeachment. The final number was 204. So they have done it by just 4 votes. To vote for the impeachment of President Yoon. There have been various applause going on in various parts of the Assembly building here. This is one of the public areas. There are other public areas of the Assembly building where some of the supporters of the opposition groups have gathered, and you can hear some applause. I imagine out on the streets near the Assembly and other parts of Seoul, there will be much more raucous celebrations going on right now. This has been long anticipated by many people here, especially the opposition within inside the chamber, but also a vast majority of people out in the streets. We've been seeing growing public protests, people looking for and calling for the impeachment of President Yoon, and that is what we have seen on this Saturday afternoon here in Seoul.
Yeah, Rob, we're seeing actually both the live feed of what's happening inside the National Assembly, which seems empty now, and that would make sense since the vote is over. We're also seeing in the center of our screen the live feed of just outside Parliament building in Seoul. People are hugging, there's dancing from what we can see, there was clapping, there was quite a bit of movement on the wider shot. This is what protesters... Okay, yeah, we're just taking in the footage right now. The protesters clearly found out maybe less than a minute ago, and they clearly are elated. Rob, before I turn to Eunice and find out what's happening in the crowd, tell us what happens now, because this does not guarantee that the president is in the rearview mirror. There's a whole process to impeachment after the vote.
Yeah, absolutely. This means effectively that President Yoon is no longer president, and yet he still is. It now goes to the Constitutional Court for this decision to be confirmed. This is the process that any impeachment has to go through. South Korea has, even though it is a fairly young democracy, has gone through this impeachment process a couple of times. It is no stranger to this process, so it knows what takes place and what the precedent is. So this decision now goes to the Constitutional Court. It can take anywhere from several months up to 6 months for this Constitutional Court to confirm this decision. In the meantime, the president effectively has his or her duties suspended. The prime minister takes over as the caretaker president in the meantime. But it's by no means assured that that is the end of the president's role. In fact, back in 2004, when there was a previous impeachment, it was overturned by the same Constitutional Court. And President Yoon has vowed to fight this. He sees nothing wrong in the imposition of martial law. as short-lived, as ill-fated as it was. He sees nothing wrong with that. In fact, he believes he was within his constitutional rights to impose martial law and has vowed to fight this. He has vowed to fight impeachment, has vowed to fight the various actions, legal actions that are threatened against him on charges of treason and so on. So he has vowed to fight it in the courts. He is, of course, a lawyer, a government lawyer by training. So he has vowed to fight this. And that's the next stage that we will see going forward, is this whole process now being taken to the Constitutional Court. But as far as this assembly is concerned and the opposition parties, they have achieved what they set out to, and that is the impeachment of President Yoon Suk Yeol.